McDonald's makes some super elaborate sets, and honestly, for no reason. Like, these sets don't need to go this hard. And then they also have sets that just feature so many different toys. Like, there's all the Furby lines, McNugget Buddies. We've also looked at an anniversary set, which has toys from a bunch of different McDonald's sets. And they still do this. Over the summer, there was the popular Lil McDonald's set, and right now they even have a 70th anniversary Disneyland set that has 70 different toys. Wild. So with that, and it being the holiday season, I felt it was time to look at a prized possession of mine, and perhaps McDonald's most ambitious project, the 1996 101 Dalmatians Collector's Box Set, complete with all 101 Dalmatian McDonald's toys. Yes, a McDonald's set with 101 toys. So I've hinted at taking a look at this set in the past, and today is finally the day. Like I said, this set was released in 1996 to promote the live-action release of 101 Dalmatians. And while there isn't much direct info on how you could have obtained a collector's set like this back then, I believe it was created after backlash from collectors for it being unreasonable to try and collect all 101 toys, especially since the individual toys back then came in blind bags. So how could you have gotten this? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe there was something you could have filled out at a McDonald's to get the whole set. A contest, maybe? Maybe it was only sent to select people like they do sometimes nowadays. I also think it was possible that maybe it was sold by Disney rather than McDonald's. And we may never actually know where they all came from. And all I know is that I have one right now in 2025. And I am very excited to check them all out. But with it being the holidays, I wanted to give back a little bit too. And since this is a McDonald's set, I thought it was appropriate to raise some money for Ronald McDonald House, which is obviously McDonald's charity, offering affordable housing, meals, and support for families with children who are sick. Any donation helps families feel at home, even when they can't be. So below this video, there should be a fundraising donation button. I've set the goal to be $1,000, and it would just be amazing if we got there. So please like and share this video so that we can reach that goal. But now, let's check out this set. So before we actually open this up, I also wanted to show off these posters McDonald's would either give out or hang up. One side showing off every toy, and the other side having like a little tagline for the movie. And these are just another great piece of McDonald's history. And now let's finally get into all of these. So as you can see, this thing is absolutely massive, and I'm just super excited to show this off. I've had it for such a long time at this point, and I feel like they just don't make things like this that often. And when you open it up, it unfolds to show off 4 sections that house all the 101 Dalmatians. And again, they did not need to go this hard. We have foam cutouts for each individual Dalmatian, and then let's not forget the actual certificate of authenticity it comes with too. So what would have made this a little hard to collect and even show off now is that these Dalmatians are not numbered or named at all, so it really would have been a crapshoot back then. But for us now, I guess we'll just start with the first one. Oh, and definitely leave a comment as we go on which one you had. And there are, let's say, 5 to 6 different types of toys depending on how you categorize them, and then there are a few different molds per toy type. You'll get what I mean as we go. So this first one is a figure that has these little different twisting sections, and you know, I haven't seen the movie in a while, so I don't really know how this pertains to the movie, but they are all mostly Christmas themed, which is why I wanted to break out this set right now. And this next one, also in a similar style. In number 3, we have a different figure style, with him being on all 4s, and each one of his legs moves, and his head moves too. And then here's a fun one, sitting with a stick in its mouth. I'm also starting to notice that their collars have a little hole in them, probably so you could make it into a keychain maybe. And here's another on all 4s, but this time with a blue collar. This one's standing straight up and its paws move, and if you look at the back, it has little bells on its tail. This next one is also standing upright and holding a present. This one is in like a weird pose. Oh my god, what on earth is going on here? This might be my favorite one so far. And here we have another pretty standard dog figure, and kind of looks like the one from earlier, but the blue color on the collars is just slightly different. Ooh, I like this one, another one where all the legs move, but this one is kind of getting ready to pounce and has a funny face going on too. Oh my god, this is another pretty good one. I feel like I remember this one from this line, and maybe from the movie too. And this one is another type of figure for this line, having the Dalmatian in something and having its head stick out, which can also twist. And then this type of figure is not to be confused with another type of figure that we'll see in a bit, where those pop out of something. I know, just minor differences that they make to reach that 101 mark. I also did want to point out that while I said these could be keychains earlier, they are definitely meant to be ornaments now that I think about it. And I really like this one. I know I've probably said and will continue to say that for each one, but I just think this is a really fun one. And then here is the next one, holding on to a candle for some reason. And here's another fun one. I actually think I remember this one from this line too. Got a teddy bear on his stomach. And here we are getting into another category of toys for this set. There were also a number of carts, this one being a stroller. And then next is this guy with a top hat on his bum, another fun one. I feel like the head sculpt on this next one is actually looking a lot different than some of the other ones. I think it's because it's the only one so far with a spot around its eye. And then I'm realizing that this is also a different toy style too, with it being a rocker. And looking back, the bear one must have been that too. Up next, here's one with a leaf on its head, then another cart, this time being a double-decker bus, and then another type of toy. This one is a wobbler, essentially just a weight that keeps it from falling over. And these ones are definitely what is adding to the weight of this box, because this is a pretty hefty toy. Here's another in a different style hat. This one coming out of a present. His eyes kind of looking a little cross-eyed there. And this one is a prince, I guess. Then here's another one of those twisty guys, and another wrapped in a scarf. This next one balancing an ornament on its nose. Another four-legged one, also very unique with the spot design on its back. Another four-legged one, this time with newspaper in its mouth. And was that actually common, or is that just a movie trope? And then this one, and I think it's dawning on me now that there must have been a whole section of these that were just silly hats. And this has to be Cruella's hat, right? Then this next one wearing a cowboy hat, another cart, this one with a bow on its tail. Here we have this one with a leash in its mouth. I like this one. And here's one with a shoe in its mouth. This guy's a copper. I couldn't really tell what this was for a second. I think it's a mitten or an oven mitt with a snowman on it. Okay, this one is pretty awesome. A Dalmatian wearing the Disney Mickey ears. It also says fidget on the back. Next up, we have one with a bow on its nose, and you actually can't even see the nose at all. Here's another wobbler on a tire. And finally, our first pop-up toy, only 40 toys in. And the pop-up ones are probably my favorite. This one being a teapot. Next up, this guy has a bucket on its butt. And this one's kind of just looking plain to me. Still got a funny face going on though. This is a good one. Tongue out in Cruella's car. And we'll see more in this shape too. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a fan, but it's the dogs kind of sprawled out here. And here is another rocker. Is it just me, or like, would the soccer ball actually be huge? This guy's kind of funny. Here's one in some Christmas wreaths. This one's got a nice expression on it. And here is our 51st toy, meaning we are over halfway. I don't know what it is about this one, but I like this one. And I guess this one is in like a walking pose. I don't know, weird paw position on that one. Here's another stroller cart, and I do think I like this one better compared to the other one. I like this guy too, though again, kind of weird paw position. I think I remember this one too, eating a cookie. And just like with the soccer ball, I feel like this has to be a giant cookie, right? Back with some hats. This one's got a little beret on it. Another wobbler. Man, this one is heavy, though I do think I remember this one too. And another wobbler, this time on a soccer ball. Really digging the spots on this one. And then this, another plain looking one. And then here's another pop-up. A number of these pop out the side rather than up. This one with a frog on it, which is kind of fun. Oh my god, how cute is this guy? This one with a kind of detective hat. Oh, here we go. This is a good one. I think I remember this one too. Here's another little rocker, and this is just a good one. I feel like I remember this one too. Oh my god, look at this one. I know these are supposed to be lights, but for some reason it just doesn't look right. Here's another pop out, this time in a book, and on the side it actually has the 101 Dalmatians logo. This one's got a present on its booty. And then this next one has actually been released outside of this set. If you remember back when we looked at the 40th anniversary set, this is actually the one they chose to commemorate the 101 Dalmatians set. This one's pretty sweet on the classic double-decker bus. Another sprawled out one. This one's also pretty cute with a hat and a little bone. This is another good one, another wobbler, but this time it's an ornament. Though again, how big is this ornament? The next is a pop-up from a cookie jar. And we are now headed into the last section here. Another one with a twisted up scarf. It's got some pretty good markings too. I really like this one with the spots on its snout. And this one is a pretty simple figurine with a candy cane in its mouth. Okay. Kind of at a loss for words with this one. I think that's his leash that's supposed to be all tangled up on its face. Another pop-up, but in a doghouse. And then this one with a stocking on its tail. I don't know, there's just something about this one that I don't like. Here's a pretty funny one in a stocking. Here's another pretty cute one. You can see him tearing through the present. And here's a wobbler that is an umbrella. And you can even see the broken rod on the top too. I almost thought that this one didn't have a tail on it, but don't worry, it's there. And this is number 85, so we're getting down to the last few. Here's another pop-up that's coming out of a newspaper. Here's one carrying a bell. This one holding a can of dog food. And I think this is our last hat one, looking very dapper. Here is a classic for this line, holding a nutcracker. And another classic, popping out of a present. I thought this was like a T-bone at first, but he's actually got a hold of a purse. Next up, you have this one with the Santa hat on his bum. This one's got a bow with a little Christmas tree tag. And our last pop-up out of a barrel. Okay, this is a massive grasshopper. Like, you can get away with the different size soccer balls and bells, but that is a massive grasshopper. Next up, this guy has got a hold of a shoe. Okay, and then this one, like, I can get on board with the size of this bird, but that grasshopper, man. And here's another holding on to a bone and a candy cane. And then for our 100th toy, here is our last wobbler, being a drum. And I think I remember this guy too. And now I present our 101st toy. Honestly, kind of anticlimactic since they're all pretty Christmassy, but this one might be the most Christmassy of them all. And with that being the last one, we can now take in the full glory of this set. Pretty amazing and just unbelievable that they would do something like this. Obviously, some are pretty similar, but all in all, I would say mission accomplished on their part. Though it would have been cool and probably even more wild if they had come up with completely different toy concepts for each toy we saw. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Pretty rare occasion to be able to see all 101 of these toys in one place. Remember to please join me in donating to Ronald McDonald House using the donation button on this video. I am actually going to donate $101, doubled actually. So $202. And again, let me know which ones of these you had in the comments, and I will point out that there is a 102 Dalmatians collector's box set, and if you think we should check that out too, definitely subscribe so you don't miss it. And as always, thanks for watching. That grasshopper, man.